Alright, so let me start off this weekend flips and finds video showing you some finds I picked up at the very first two garage sales of the year that I found, and a couple of thrift stores. One of them being one I did not even know existed in town. They had some pretty good stuff, so let me take it inside and show it to you up close. Well, while I'm out here, I'll go ahead and show you the piece of furniture I found. It's a really nice mid-century modern coffee table. It's built nice. It has some condition issues. It has a lot of scratches on top, but I think I can take care of that with some Old English oil for light wood. You just clean it, you swipe the whole thing down with the oil. It kind of stains the scratches a little bit to make it blend in with the rest of the wood so they disappear to the eye. I mean, if you get up closer, if you feel it, you can still tell they're there, but it looks a lot better. Anyway, I found this at Habitat for Humanity Restore, which almost always has way overpriced, kind of junky stuff. This was $35. It was a little bit high, but I think I can still get more money out of it. So I'll clean it up, make it look a little better, take the 2 stickers off of it, and probably list it for about $70, $75 locally on Facebook and Craigslist. And we'll see what happens, but it'd probably go for a little over $60. So today was the very first day of this year that I went to a legit garage sale, okay? So I was kind of excited. March finally turned the corner, and all of a sudden people are starting to have some yard sales. It was about 50-something degrees today, so I think they are kind of set now. Not a whole lot right now, but pretty exciting. So I've been thrifting for the last couple months. It's been kind of slow going, and then today I get loads of stuff because I really went for it, okay? So the very first item, it was at a yard sale. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. I did a search for yard sale and garage sale, and it popped up. And anyway, it said they had some antiques. They had a bunch of Coke stuff, some old radios, things like that. So it sounded like a pretty good one. They were technically moving, so it was a moving sale, but their sign did say garage sale, so I'm counting it. Anyway, I found this. It was only $3, okay? It doesn't look like much, and I didn't even know what it was, but when I opened it up, it was pretty cool, okay? So let me set that down. So this is the Argus 300. It is an automatic slide projector. A little bit of research I did, I believe it's from the 50s, all right? And somehow you put slides in there, and I don't exactly know how it works. I guess it's spring-loaded, or I don't know. But somehow it plays like a slide projection show. And I asked if it worked. He plugged it in. It did light up. It did not shoot out the front, but he said you had to have slides. And when he bought it at an auction, and it did work, but he didn't have any slides to show me. So I'll take his word that it does work fine. Again, it was only $3. I looked them up. The pricing was a little bit all over the place. There's some people that have them currently listed. I think like $20 plus shipping. I don't want to do that though, because I did see one that sold for right around $70 plus shipping. I think it was 69 something, and then it's kind of heavy, so it might be, $15, $20 to ship, whatever it is. So I'm going to shoot on the high end. I think if I could get 60 something, 70 something, that would be really awesome. And then after shipping, after fees, if I could make about $40 or $50, I think that would be totally worth it. It's kind of what I'm shooting for this year. I want to get higher yielding items, okay? They're gonna make me more money. So some of these are not great, but items like this is what I'm really gonna start looking for. Now it's a little weird. It's something I, for the most part, could care less about, but if it will make good money, it's kind of cool and antique-y, and if someone will buy it, I think it'd be worth it. All right, so then the second yard sale I went to that was more like a storefront, multi-family type thing. They had a couple of things. First, I'll show you the item that it may not end up being that great, but we'll see. So they had these. As you can see, you have 3. They're all identical. They're brand new wrapped. They had them marked at $8. This is the Puzz 3D. It's a 3D puzzle. This is of the Citigroup Center. And apparently it comes with a bonus of the Flatiron building, that kind of wedge-shaped building in, was it New York? You can see what's in here. But apparently these are fairly popular. I looked them up on eBay, and let me see, they were selling, okay, again, these are kind of all over the place as well. They are selling from anywhere from about $25 plus free shipping to around $70. Okay, there were some that went for about $70. Now, the one thing I did notice is that maybe this is a slightly older box. I don't know if it has a date on there. I don't know if this is the newer design. This is 2006. So the ones I saw, the box was skinnier, but it was still the same thing. And some of them sold for $25, some were almost around $70. So hopefully, I think if I could get about $45 or $50 with free shipping, something like that, it would work. Now the other thing is that although it's $8, I got a better deal. I'll tell you that in a minute. Anyway, I got 3 of these. Well, I'll just tell you, I ended up paying $6 each of these. So I have 18 in them. And if I could sell them all at like $45 plus some shipping, or maybe about $50 with free shipping, I think that'd be pretty good, okay? That'd end up being let's see, $6, and shipping is not too crazy, so less than 10, but we'll just call it 10, so 16. That'd be 30 something. We'll say I make $30 on it, so times 3, $90. That'd be awesome. So even at like $75, that's a good find. Okay. The one I was excited about, and of course, actually, this may be the worst sale, but this is cool. Do you have any idea what this is? If you've seen other videos, you may understand. Okay. This is what I believe the harder to find cousin of the big mouth billy bass I showed in another video. Remember the fish that would sing when you pass by, it would turn its head and sing "Don't worry" and "Take me to the river"? Well, this is Rocky the singing lobster. Okay, I knew these were out there, but I have never ever seen one in my entire life, and then I found one today. They had it marked at $10, and it does work. A couple of the ends of the arms are broken. I'll have to super glue those back on, but it does work. It sings "Sea Cruise" and "Rock the Boat." It is very loud and annoying, so I don't want to. I might throw a little clip of it in here. I don't know. We'll see, but it's very loud and annoying. But anyway, well, here, I'll show you. It's kind of cool. It still has a little plastic wrap around it, and this one, I think it's more of a tabletop one because it sits like this. Okay, here he is here. And it can run on batteries, or this one actually has the AC adapter in there. But he lifts his head up and his mouth moves, and I don't know. It's just kind of a weird little quirky item. But I thought it was cool that it had the box. Anyway, it was marked at 10, and then these were marked at 8 altogether. That was $34. I asked if she would take a little less if I bought everything together, trying to do a bundle deal. And I was hoping I could do 20, but I knew she wasn't going to do that. So I said, would you take 25? She said, how about 30? I said, you sure you wouldn't do 25? Well, how about 27? And then I pulled out a 20 and a 5. I said, you sure you wouldn't take 25? Oh, I don't care. I'll take 25. So I got this for 25 bucks. I think it'll, in the long run, it'll be a pretty good deal. And anyway, sorry, I got everything for 25. So I ended up paying, how did that work out? $7 for this, okay? And I believe it will be worth somewhere between 30 and 45 shipped. It does work. It has an AC adapter. I think that will add a little value to it. So I will try to shoot somewhere around 40 or maybe even 45 since it has the adapter. And that's with free shipping. So I don't know. We'll see. But it'll end up being a decent deal. Probably make about 20 bucks off of it. Maybe 25, something like that. So we'll see. Okay. After that, after the 2 yard sales, I found a thrift store that I had heard about, but I did not ever, I didn't know where it was in town. I just heard someone mention it at Salvation Army, I think. Someone was trying to bring something and said, oh, we don't accept that, but if you take it to this place, they might. And I was like, I wonder where that is. So finally today I found it, and it is what is it called? The Butterfly Treasure Hospice Shop. So it's a thrift store for a hospice, and whatever money they bring in, I guess, gets donated to the hospice or something like that. They had tons of clothes, really high-end stuff, but the prices were a little higher than a lot of thrift stores, but I don't want to mess with a lot of clothing. They also had some movies and some games and some trinkets and things like that, but mostly clothes. But ended up finding, they had a Ralph Lauren jacket I almost got, but I decided to pass. It was a little high. They were asking 40 bucks on it, and it wasn't worth it after shipping and all that. I hardly made any money. But they did have a bunch of boots, so I found the ones that I think are the best. This is the first pair I found. All right, these are a pair of Justin boots, a size 9D, and these are expensive. I paid up on them for a thrift store. I paid 30 bucks for these, okay? Size 9. The reason I got them is because of that. These are ostrich, all right? So it's worth good money. Has the little bumpy thing. I think that's called full quill ostrich leather. They're in good shape. They're not torn up. Size 9 is a decent size. It's, kind of smallish. I think most guys are probably around a 10 or 11, but I think this will sell. I've sold size 9 boots before. But at 30 bucks, I had to do pretty good research on them. But when I looked them up, I was very surprised. When I typed in the model number, I couldn't really find anything like them. But when I just typed in on the eBay complete listings, Justin Ostrich full quill boots, they were all, the ones that had sold that were very similar were going for between $100 and $140 shipped. So that should be a really good turnaround. Definitely will make over like 50 bucks on these for sure. Okay, so I paid 30. Let's say it sells for 100. That'd bring me down to 70. There's going to be shipping involved. These are, depending where they go, it might be 15 bucks or so. It's another what would that be? I'd be down to 80. No, what would it be? Down to $75, and then there's some fees involved, probably another $13. So that'd be, I think, at least at a minimum over $60 profit on these. But I will shoot for the high end, see if I can get maybe 125, 130 shipped, and end up making maybe about $75 on them or something like that. So that'd be pretty cool. Okay, another pair they had. These were interesting. Okay, this brand, same size. It's a men's 9D. All the boots were the same size, so I'm thinking someone just donated a bunch of boots. These are Tony Llamas. They had the style. I looked it up. I did find some on there. And just looking at the leather, you can tell these are pretty cool. They do have some wear and age to them. I'm not sure if there's a way to bring that back, make it look better. But that is snakeskin, and I think it is python. So it's like exotic snakeskin, okay? Python leather. So when I looked these up, I was very surprised. I need to be for sure. But there was a pair I found. Oh, and again, I paid $30, but there was a pair that sold for $180 plus $18 shipping. So $198 someone paid. Now they did look like they were in a little better shape, a little better condition, but I think at a minimum these will go for at least $100 plus shipping. So same thing, I'll shoot probably a little higher than this other pair and try to get at least like 150. I think it will happen. So this would be a really, really awesome flip. So although I paid $60, I should make a lot of money on it. So now it's Saturday, and I actually did not have any sales last night. I thought I would. Almost every weekend they really start popping, but last night was nothing, so that was kind of interesting. And anyway, had good success garage selling yesterday. There was a couple. There was a few more today. I went and checked them out, and they were all duds, except for the very last thing. I got one thing, so I was a little bit disappointed, so then I went thrifting and found a few more things. So let me show you what I picked up today. All right, first of all, I showed this. This is something I bought, I believe it was yesterday, and I bought it for 50 cents at Salvation Army, and I told you that when they sell, they go for about $30. I now see why, because I tested it and it works great. So when I opened the battery cover, the old batteries were completely corroded. It was just gunked up with really gross white stuff in there. So my wife cleaned it out really good, and then we put batteries in there, and check it out. It lights up, it makes the sound, it plays. It's actually really fun. It's basically Connect 4, and there's two versions. One is regular. You just, fill it up, and it could completely fill up and no one wins, or if you get 4 in a row, you win. The other version is interesting because you can fill up, and once you get to the top row, if you drop one there, the whole line drops down one, and it makes the game a little more interesting. So that's a pretty cool game. I can see why people are paying $30 for it. So I only paid 50 cents. We'll mess around with it a little while, and then I'll list it and wait to get that $30 because I want to get full money on this one. It's a pretty cool game. All right, so like I said, I found one thing garage sailing today. There was 4 garage sales. 3 of them were about 35 miles away from where I live. I drove there early this morning, and they were all duds. The first one it looked like good stuff, but nothing I wanted to buy. There was a few things I might have last year have bought and then made $5 here, $6 there, but I don't want to do that this year. I want to be able to buy stuff that's going to make really good money. So I passed. The only thing is when I come back home in town, there was a garage sale, and it actually started yesterday. I wish I would have went there yesterday because they probably had better stuff, but I did find this. This is Bop It. I think this might be the original Bop It. It just has the pull and the twist and talks. So anyway, this was 50 cents, and today, their Saturday sale, they said half price. So I got this for a quarter, okay? Now, this is not like an amazing sale, but it should be a pretty good sale. I looked them up on eBay. The comps were going for about $17 or $18 plus shipping. So they probably sell, if I wanted to do free shipping, I could probably put it somewhere around $25 to $28, and I think it would actually sell. So 25 cents to $25, that's pretty good. All right, so then I left there, and I was a little bit bummed out that the garage sales weren't that good. So I went by Goodwill to see what they had, and I found another Bop It, okay? So this one is 1996, I believe, if I remember right. I think this is, here we go. 1996, and this one is 1998. This is Bop It Extreme. So you can see it has a couple more things added to it. This one was $3, but it's the same thing. It'll probably go for about $18 plus shipping, or maybe around $25, $27, $28 with free shipping. This one I need to pull it open and try new batteries because it sounds a little weird. Actually, it's not. Okay, yeah, definitely new batteries because it was working in the store, but it was kind of draggy sounding. So I need to clean it up a little bit, add new batteries. I think it'll work fine, and then I can list it as well. So we'll see how that goes. This one is in a little nicer shape, by the way. Okay, so while I was at Goodwill, I also found this. They rolled out a new cart. It was just like yesterday. There was lots of people there, not very good stuff, but as soon as I rolled out a new cart, this was there. And I decided to look at it just because it was, you know, completely sealed from the factory. So I figured it'd be worth decent money. I was surprised, okay? So this was only $3. This is a Lighthouse latch hook kit. It's where you get that mesh and then a little hook and then a bunch of pre-cut pieces of yarn. And it's almost like color by numbers except with yarn. And then it turns into this Lighthouse. Anyway, it was $3. I looked them up. These are selling for $30 with free shipping. It's not that heavy. So that'll be pretty good. I think after shipping, after fees, I'll probably make about 18 or 20 bucks on it. So that's not too bad. That's pretty good. All right. And oh, by the way, I did look up this one on Amazon and I was restricted. I think I was also restricted on selling these too. So again, that's a big reason I haven't messed with it because it's just so restrictive. Okay. So then when I come home now that I think of it, I went to another yard sale here in town and it was up the road a couple of miles and, it looked like they might have had interesting stuff. When I showed up, it was not a very good yard sale. I mean, they had a bunch of old rusty tools and things like that, but they had this thing and it looked interesting. I was immediately attracted to it because of the graphics. If you see that, this is called the bongo board, okay? Now this is only part of it, and just looking at it, and just by the name, I assumed this was kind of like the balancing circus act where basically this rolls on the ground and then you would stand on like a skateboard looking thing. And I asked the guy and he said, yeah, that's what it is. I think this is the version from the mid 60s. So this might be the original. Okay, it's just a huge piece of wood. I think it's oak. It's really heavy. You can tell it's a bunch of pieces glued together. As you can see, it's dried out and has a big split. He had it marked at $5. But he made the mistake of saying, yeah, I bought that in auction a while back for only $1. I just thought it was kind of neat. So I immediately knew he had hardly any money into it. So while I was looking at other stuff, I kind of got on my phone, I looked them up, and I was really surprised at what these can go for in good shape with the board on top. So if this was in nice shape and the graphics were not all worn out and it wasn't split and it had the skateboard looking thing on top, they are selling on eBay for about $125 to $160. So these things are worth a lot of money if you can find one. Now mine is not in good condition and I only have the roller piece on the bottom. I don't know what I'm going to get out of it. It's pretty heavy, so shipping will be up there and the graphics are pretty worn out. I don't know if I'll actually get it, but oh, by the way, it said 5. He mentioned 1, so I said, would you take 2? And he's, oh yeah, I'll take 2. So I got to pay $2 for it. I will try to sell it for $30 or $40. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll do a little more research to see if any of these are listed, but I think with its condition and then only being partial that, I don't know. I'm not sure it'd be a great seller, but I wanted to try it out just to see. So I'll shoot for about 40, maybe plus shipping, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, that was the finds for today, and of course, no sales yet. Hopefully there's some tonight. And then tomorrow I can share the video, but otherwise it's been decent. It's nice weather and finally garage sales are starting to happen. So hopefully some really cool stuff will start popping up pretty soon. Okay, so the weekend I finally had a few sales on Sunday. I did not do any shopping or yard selling. It was pretty stormy. It's still stormy today. It's probably why it's kind of dark in here, but I did have a few sales. So anyway, here is what we have. So the first one is the Sony AM FM radio. I mentioned it was probably going to sell. It was not worth a lot of money. I spent $3 at Salvation Army. I had it listed for $24.95 with free shipping. So I knew I was only going to make maybe $10 off of it after all the fees and shipping was done. So it's not the best find ever, but it's kind of cool. I just kind of wanted to try it out. Within a week, I had a few offers on it. All of them are pretty low. And finally, a guy in Puerto Rico wanted it really bad. I was asking $24.95 or best offer. I think my low best offer was down at $20. He was under 20, and then he finally come up to $23, and I was like, I should probably take it, but I know shipping is going to be really expensive to send there. I'll barely make any money off of it at all. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know, maybe the guy lost everything in a storm down there and he just needs a radio, or maybe he's being very entrepreneurial and he's going to buy it and then sell it for way more money down there. So either way, it's kind of a win for him. So I decided to go ahead and let him buy it. and I'll send it to them, but I imagine after it's all said and done, I'll probably make $5 or less profit. So not the greatest buy I ever had, but you know, I have to admit I'd probably still buy another one if I found one, because it was kind of a cool little piece. Okay, the second sale. This is probably the best one of the weekend. It's this pair of boots. These are Michelin waterproof boots. They are leather and rubber. Very, very heavy. If you look at them, these are huge. They are size 14. I knew it would take the right guy, but the right guy will pay good money on eBay for big size clothing and shoes and things like that. So I got these at a yard sale. The lady running the sale said it was her husband's. He was at work. He was a highway patrol guy. And I noticed some of the things I was buying were really big. I bought a 511 tactical gear vest. It's black with a bunch of pockets and things on it that you would take to like a shooting range or whatever. And then he had some Western shirts that were size 3XL, and then these huge size 14 boots. So I was like, man, that's a really big guy selling all this stuff. She said, yeah, that's my husband. He's 6'7", 365 pounds. I was like, wow, that guy's really big. It's like a huge wrestler size or something. So anyway, I decided to buy the boots because I figured there's another guy out there that would wear these, and it's hard to find this size, a size 14. So I thought they were probably worth a lot more money than they were, and they were only 12 bucks, so I decided to grab them. When I looked them up, figuring they were probably worth about 100, they were really only going for around $60 to $70. So I listed them at $64.95 with free shipping, which I probably should have charged shipping, but oh well. And anyway, I finally yesterday, Sunday, got an offer for $57. So I countered at 62, and then the guy replied back. He said, is that a hole on the left side of the left boot? I was like, what is this guy talking about? These are like almost new. He's talking about this spot right here. Can you see that? If you get up close, that is the Michelin Man logo down there on the toe. Okay, so I was like, no, that's just the Michelin Man logo. By what the lady told me, I told him that these were only worn a few times last winter, so they are almost like new. And I sent him that message, and 2 minutes later, cha-ching, he bought them for $62. So they really are in good shape. I mean, they were only worn a few times. You can just tell by the wear on them. So you wear them in the winter. If you've ever been anywhere where it snows, you know, you get that salty grime everywhere, and that's what got in some of the stitching and then the logo there and all that. So they look maybe a little dirty, but up close they are still like practically new. So that was a pretty good find. I think when it's all said and done, because they are kind of heavy to ship, I imagine I'll probably make about $35, maybe a little bit more than that, somewhere in the mid-30s. So, I mean, not an amazing sale like a lot of boots I find, but I found that boots really are pretty good sellers, even better than shoes a lot of times. Okay, kind of on the other opposite end is something really, really easy and light to ship. Just throw it in a bubble mailer, no problem at all. It is this right here. This is a VCR remote. Now, there's nothing special about this remote, but the way I got it was pretty cool. So it was at a yard sale last fall. Really nice house. The people were moving. They were just trying to sell a lot of stuff. It's the same yard sale where I bought the Ninja Turtle van and the Ninja Turtle cruiser that I showed in a video or two ago, a little while back. I paid $2 each, and as you saw, I sold them with a bunch of other Ninja Turtles for 230 bucks. I also found an old school, late 80s, early 90s robot toy. I think I paid $2 on it, and it sold for $30. I found this electronic chess set. I paid $1 on it. It sold for $59.95. And I got some other stuff there. I don't remember. But one of the coolest finds I got was a bag of remotes. They had 6 remotes in there. They were all for various systems. And it was like a gallon Ziploc bag, 6 remotes in there at $1. The 3 of them that piqued my interest were all worth really good money, and they were the ones that sold first for really, really good money. So one of them was a Sony, it was either a CD changer or a DVD player, but it was a little bit more modern one. And that remote sold for, it was either $28.95 or $29.95. Okay, then the second remote was for a Pioneer sound system of some sort. It sold for like $32 or $34, something like that. And then the third remote, the best one, was a, what was the brand? Carmen Harden or something like that. It was a really nice sound system. I had it listed, I think, for $47.95, and it sold for $42.95. So those 3 remotes together sold for $100. Okay, and I only paid $1 for all of them. So the 3 that were remaining were not that good. They're all worth like $8 to $10. This one was $9.99 with free shipping. It finally sold. The other two will eventually go. I thought about just getting rid of them, but for $1, what I did was the remote worth the most. I considered 34 cents, and then the other two that were worth good money, 33 cents. So there's my $1. So these three that are not worth that much, I'm considering them free. So when it's all said and done after shipping, I'll probably make like $5-6 on it. So I mean, not amazing, but oh well. Someone out there wanted it. I imagine. I mean, I could be wrong, but it might be another reseller. Maybe someone that found the VCR and they want to sell it, but it's worth a lot more money if you have the remote. And they found a guy, and that happened to be me that had it. So anyway, we'll see. But that's not too bad. So remotes are kind of weird. Sometimes they're not worth a whole lot like that. Sometimes they're only worth $3-4. Sometimes, like that one, it was worth $42 or $43, I guess. So you just have to look them up. I'd recommend, if it's a really nice brand, definitely look into it. Also, if it's for like a little more modern DVD player or a stereo sound system of any sort, it's almost always going to be worth some money. So you want to look at like Sony, even some Vizio remotes, like Vizio TVs and sound bars. Those are worth money. Pioneer, Alpine, JBL, and Bang & Olufsen, or whatever the brand is. I think it's like a Scandinavian sound stereo company. That one that I can't remember the name, Harman or whatever. It was worth really good money. So it's worth looking into remotes. Most of them are junk, but every once in a while you'll find one that's worth really good money. Okay, the last sale is this right here. I don't want to take it out and unfold it, so I'll just show a picture. This is a Wrangler Western shirt. It's short sleeve, really cool color combo. It's from the 90s, I believe. And what really interested me was the patterns, like a cowboy silhouette scene. The more wild Western, the pattern and colors on a Western shirt you can get, probably the better they sell. And Wrangler's a pretty decent brand. It's not this amazing name brand that sells for tons of money, but they are a really good, solid seller. So anyway, I paid $3.50 at Goodwill. I had it listed for $22.95, and the listing was going to end, I think, today or tomorrow. So like Saturday night, Sunday morning, I started getting some offers. So I'm thinking eBay sent out one of their emails that for people that have been watching the listing, say, hey, are you still interested? It's about to end. So I got an offer for what was it? $15. That got auto declined. Then an offer for $18. I countered at $20. I didn't hear back. Then the third guy offered $18. I countered at $20. Then they countered at $19. I thought, I don't know, I might take it. It's only a few dollars less. And then I looked into the listing and I realized why they were offering so low. So I am like 99% sure that when I listed this, it was $22.95 plus free first class shipping. It's less than a pound. That's how I do all the lightweight shirts. But like I've mentioned in other videos, for whatever reason, some of my listings have got messed up and they are charging shipping. Well, not only was this one charging shipping, but it was a priority mail, okay? So the person interested in this at $19, when I accepted it, they ended up paying $8.75 shipping, okay? So that is like very expensive. Shirts are always like $4 or less, unless they're over a pound. Then every once in a while, they might be $7, $8. But like a little tiny shirt like this is like $3.50, $4. So when they're paying that much, basically $27, $28, I decided to go ahead and take it. So anyway, I turned $3.50 into $19 after fees and all that. It's probably like $14, $15, which is about what I thought I'd get out of it. So that's not too bad. So anyway, that is the sales for the weekend. Not a lot and not amazing, but I think I found really cool stuff this week. Hopefully some more stuff will sell this coming week that I can show in another video. So thanks for checking it out. And again, if you liked the video, it'd be really cool if you could hit the thumbs up and if you could subscribe. So thanks for checking it out.